studios in Bozeman Hall of Rowan University, the Rowan Television Network presents RTN Tonight. I'm Anthony DeFino, and here's your host, Taylor Forte. Hello everybody. Hello, welcome to another episode of RTN Tonight. Much like the U.S. men's national soccer team, we have only one goal, to make you laugh. Also, to avoid lawsuits. We are 0 for 2. As I'm sure you've noticed, there has been a very slow couple of weeks for news, so we don't have anything to talk about today. Aww. I'm kidding. That's not true. There have been some enormous stories lately, but we're going to start with the most insane of them all. That's right. Blake Shelton being named People Magazine's sexiest man alive. Who did that? Have you seen the guy? Please. Sorry, Blake. Sorry. Let's ignore the argument that Shelton might not deserve the award. It's a useless award because it's completely subjective, as are most other awards. Who's really to say if Moonlight deserved the Oscar for Best Picture over La La Land? And maybe Borat was worthy of Oscar for Best Adapted Screenplay. I mean, it's a wonderful film if you haven't seen it. But to me, the amazing thing about this award, other than the fact that I haven't been a recipient, is that it changes every year. What about The Rock? Did he get less sexy, or did Blake Shelton just skyrocket in sexiness? How did George Clooney win the title and then go 7 years before claiming his rightful spot atop the sexy totem pole? Do sexiness levels change year to year? These questions, and many others, will be answered on the next episode of RTN Tonight. Probably not, though. We tend to forget those. Sorry. Really, though, we need to give more awards to being the worst. In the Tour de France, the rider who comes in last place is given the Lanterne Rouge. In the NFL draft, the last pick is given the title of Mr. Irrelevant, which I also won in high school, but we won't get into that. Also, the Lozman, as opposed to the Heisman Trophy. So, to People Magazine, whenever you want to award the Ugliest Man Alive title, Anthony will be right here waiting. Right, Anthony? Right. I'm sorry, did that was... I love you. You're my husband. You know, don't even bring this up. I'm not fighting in my monologue. It's my time. Enough about being ugly. Let's talk about something really ugly. Something that's unfortunately taking the nation by storm. Sexual assault. It's become harder to find someone who hasn't been accused of sexual assault than vice versa. It's likely that a celebrity you admired has recently been accused. And while that may be an indicator that you're a poor judge of character, it's really just a problem with the inability to raise men to simply not sexually assault people. It seems pretty easy to avoid. Telling someone to not sexually assault a person should be met with the same response as telling someone to not defecate in a public pool. I don't know why anyone would do that in the first place. It's incredibly repulsive, and even though I know better, I still appreciate your concern. And yet, here we are. Not sexually assaulting people should not be something that needs to be taught. Still, it feels like there are way too many people who seem to not know that it's a bad thing to do. So we've made it as simple as we could. Take a look.
There are things that are splendid, that make everyone cheer.
Like parties and cookies and Santa's reindeer.
There are things that are evil. Someone's clearly at fault.
One of such evils
Is sexual assault.
since it seems many people don't realize it's wrong.
I'm here now today to explain.
Come along.
If you drug and rape women, you must know it's bad.
Even Puddin' Pop spokesman, who's America's dad.
Even stand-up comedians should realize it's wrong.
If you coerce a woman to watch you wump your zong.
And for fictional presidents who make passes at teens,
It matters not if you're straight, gay, or something between.
And to actual presidents, don't grab anyone's snooch, because the truth will come out.
And we'll know you're a douche.
If you invite actresses to discuss in your room
About being in movies, it will lead to your doom.
because the truth will come out of the hell they've been through when you tried to force on them your dinkily do.
Keep your hands off of others. That'll save you from blame.
Whether hotel or office, or car, train, or plane.
If you can heed all these warnings, I can promise you thus.
There'll be nothing to tell Billy Bush on a bus.
It shouldn't be difficult. It should not be obscure.
But with new allegations,
We just want to be sure.
So to everyone watching, whether teachers or actors, politicians or businessmen, your job is no factor.
And no matter your stature, your power or wealth,
It is best to keep things in your pants to yourself.
not so difficult to follow, right? It's just crazy that there's even a need to address this. It makes me yearn for a simpler time when the biggest story was how many retweets the Wendy's McNuggets kit had, which, by the way, is at 18 million if anyone's keeping count, which I'm totally not. Anyway, that's Anthony DeFino. I'm Taylor Forte. This is RTN Tonight, and we have got a special guest from the Improv Club, so stay tuned. We've got a lot of fun games coming up. See you there. Welcome back to RTN Tonight. Please welcome Evan Newland, the president of Rowan University's Improv Club. Give him a big round of applause. Welcome, Evan. Hey, how you doing?
Good, man. Good. Happy to be here.
Oh, I'm happy you're here, man. You seem like a very fun guy when I talked to you earlier.
I
Evan
try.
is the funnest guy on Rowan University campus, believe it or not.
You're really setting me up.
There's a rumor going around.
They're talking about me?
They are. But before we get to that, let's talk a little bit about Improv Club. Tell me about what you guys do.
So we meet twice a week to play improv games, practice our skills, learn how to become better improvisers. And it's just like a really fun, chilled out, like, judgment-free kind of zone because it's hard to do improv. So we don't want to put like a negative kind of judgy zone.
Accept everybody.
Exactly. Absolutely. That's totally right.
It can be intimidating.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Right.
I mean, we're improving right now.
I know.
We never have a script.
Right. This isn't scripted at all.
No, this is at all. Now, do you plan on being an actor at some point? I mean, do you plan on pursuing this?
This isn't my career, It's just a thing I've done since I was like a kid. I've loved doing it,
Yeah.
I'm going to school. I'm an education major, English and education, so I'm hoping to teach high school. But,
Cool.
I'd love to join an improv troupe in Philly or something. That'd be like a
That'd
dream.
be awesome, traveling around doing improv everywhere.
Yeah, man. Love
You said you want to be a teacher, so are you gonna take all your improv skills and bring it to the classroom, make your kids laugh?
If I've said it once, I've said it 100 times. Being good at improv is such a valuable life skill, and it comes up so much in teaching.
Sure.
It comes up so much because you'll get a kid asking you a question that you're just like, where that come from?
Yeah.
And you
got to
to
work with it.
Make up some answer.
Right, you've got to act like you know what you're talking about. Oh yeah, no, George Washington was from Mars.
Sounds good.
Right?
I mean,
Yeah, you believe it?
Not? It's in the history book somewhere. I'm sure.
Somewhere it has
Absolutely.
to be.
So I've never done improv officially before. So what are some tips you would give to me? I walk into your club and I'm like, I want to be the best improver ever.
Well,
what do you tell me?
The best tip I can give you is don't be afraid to look foolish.
I do that that's literally my job.
Then you're halfway there.
You're
halfway there. Yeah, I mean there are rules to improv, and I think they carry over to life too. The number one rule for improv is never say no. So if somebody says if we walk into if we're doing a scene together and I say, hey, you look good in your firefighter's uniform, you don't say, nope, I'm a chef. Because you want to assume that everyone sort of is on the same page.
You got to work with it, yeah.
Exactly. So when someone gives you a gift, it tells you who you are, where you're at, you have to be okay, 100%, and sort of dive in feet first.
You just got to work with everything you get.
Absolutely.
And then if not, you look foolish, and that's part of the game. That's part of improv, right? Now, I was going to ask, what is the most embarrassing thing that has ever happened to you in improv? Because you got all those people there looking at you,
Well, I mean, the thing with improv is that you're gonna have embarrassing moments. It just happens, but no particular one stands out because the whole idea is it has to be a judgment-free zone. Because you can see I was lucky enough to see the Second City perform in Chicago, and that's where improv.
Is that an improv group? Or
they're world famous. They're the improv group to
just
be.
We're the best late night show.
Right.
They're the best improv.
Right, absolutely.
Okay,
it's
gotcha.
Kimmel and then Taylor.
Oh yeah, and then there's Evan up here just in general.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
Don't forget about Seth Meyers.
Right, yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah. I'm kidding, Seth. If you want to come on the show, you're more than welcome.
Yeah, I'm sure he's tuned in.
Oh yeah. We have a lot of people watching this show. All 12 of our fans. I mean, hundreds of
But
fans.
yeah, no, but I got to see the Second City in Chicago, and that was a dream of mine, and a lot of it was terrible. They sucked. Yeah.
Really?
It
Wow.
happens. It happens because you never know what someone's going to give you.
Yeah.
You can have a totally bad improv moment, and it's okay.
It's improv. Yeah.
It's because you're not ready for it. It's just got to be try your
so
best.
So pretty much what you're saying is all the embarrassing moments kind of turn into comedy moments anyway.
Exactly.
And they just
the
work with
embarrassing
it.
moment. There's no. there's no mistakes in improv. There's happy accidents, is what they say.
Isn't that what Bob Ross said about like painting?
He says a lot of things, you know. Happy little
miss Bob
trees.
Ross.
And
I have a quick question too. How many new members do you guys usually get each year?
well, we are a very, very new group. We started a year ago, basically. A year ago, like last fall, and it was like maybe like 7 or 8 people all together. Last semester we had like more people, maybe like 12, and then this semester our number one goal was like promote ourselves. And now we have like probably like somewhere between like 20 to 30 people.
Wow.
That's great.
Yeah, so it's been really, really exciting.
Wow. So
Yeah.
your promoting worked apparently. Did you guys just like go out to the student center and do some improv and like?
No,
go
because I hate that. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. I would be like, well,
I love improv, but whenever someone is like, hey, here's
Forcing
some
it
improv, and I'm
upon
like,
you.
oh
Yeah.
God, no.
don't do this now.
No, I'm trying to eat.
I'm at Rob's place. I don't want this.
I need a suggestion from the crowd. No, leave. The suggestion is go away.
I'm trying to eat my Subway. I'm good. Yeah, no, that's really cool though. I mean, you guys are like exponentially growing. That's
It's
awesome.
been, we're hoping to keep growing, you know?
Yeah, it sounds like it. Just like our fan base, which is growing exponentially. Thanks to Evan. You better tell all your fans.
Yeah, I'll
come
post it
and
on our
watch it.
Facebook page, which you should all like.
Follow.
Rowan University Improv Comedy. Like us, follow us. If you're interested in joining, shoot us a message. We'll put you in our secret group.
Absolutely.
And then you can come on out. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
I might
That's
even
awesome.
be there.
I would
Who
love to
knows?
come.
I would love for you guys to be there. It's a blast.
We may do it. Now, when we come back, we have a little treat for you. Are you feeling the improv? Are you feeling improv-y today? Are you just always ready for improv?
No.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. Let's do it, man. I'm down.
He got me. All right, so
I'm
after
ready.
this commercial break, we're going to come back and do a little improv of our own. So be sure to stick around with RTN Tonight. Stick around. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to RTN Tonight. In case you weren't here, we are joined by the wonderful Evan Newland, the president of the Improv Club, and we're going to do some improv of our own. You guys ready?
I'm just realizing how underdressed I am.
It's okay. I've worn this suit for the last 3 episodes. Anyway, so we have a little game called Wheel of Improv. So to start off, it basically works like this. You spin the wheel, we get a character, and then you improv it. So let's not start with anyone but the master himself, Evan Newland.
You're really putting me on a pedestal here, and I'm not going to live up to it.
Well, because if I make you good and you do bad, then it makes me look better.
We need to watch
yeah.
him first.
Simple as that.
Oh, yeah, perfect. Then
Ready?
I'm going to right out of the park.
You got this one. And you got funeral director. Oh, actually, sorry. The world's worst funeral director.
World's worst funeral director.
Yes. I'll be the dead guy.
What do you? No, get out of here. Okay, world's worst funeral director.
Go ahead.
Okay. Hey, thanks for coming out. How you doing today?
Oh my. That's dirty.
It said the world's worst, right?
That was the world's worst funeral director.
That's what I was going for.
Absolutely. All right, Anthony, you ready?
Oh God. All right.
We're doing it. I'm gonna give you a good spin.
This is terrifying.
And he got.
Funeral.
He got. Ooh, what could this be?
Oh no.
It seems that Anthony will have to be Putin discussing his love of bears. Take it away.
All right. All right. The thing about bears is, see, over in Russia, we've got plenty of bears, but none of them kill as many people as I do.
It's very true. It's very true.
Spot on Russian accent, by
That
the
is
way.
solid Putin right there.
I can do accents, but I can't do Russian. I've never been able to
Russian's
do a
tough.
Russian accent.
Yeah, it's a
it's the
tough
hardest
one.
accent of them all.
It's hard to like go on level with Putin, especially. No, I don't
Yeah,
want to be
because
that
he's just
guy
such a
who-
good guy.
Yeah, he's great. I love him. Really love his policies too. Go ahead and spin for me.
I'll
'cause I
spin.
want to be that
United
guy.
States.
You know what I mean?
Let's do it. Ozzy.
Oh boy. Ozzy Osbourne flying a commercial plane. Oh boy.
That's perfect for you.
Sharon! Sharon, baby, we're going down! Sharon! Sharon! Get in here, Sharon! Oh, no. And that's what I got from Ozzy Osbourne. I don't know much about the guy.
That was spot on, man.
I feel like, I feel like he'd crash it if he was flying it.
He's not all there.
No, not exactly.
I wouldn't want him to fly a plane.
Kind of like me. So
He probably doesn't have the best eyesight.
Exactly. Now, Evan,
Yep.
are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Let's do it. See, I gave you a good spin this time.
Yeah, let's see it.
Some oomph into it.
Give me another one.
Let's just let's do that again. It seems to really like Oz. There you go.
Okay.
So you have to be a zombie offended by their portrayal in a zombie movie.
Oh, yeah, man. Sure.
Good luck.
Are you kidding me?
Yes. This is why you are the master, and we're the young Padawans. Anthony, you ready?
Yeah, I guess so.
Ready as you'll ever be.
It's gonna be Ozzy again.
No!
This wheel's broken.
No! Oh, look at that! Sylvester Stallone. Let's find Sylvester Stallone.
Oh no.
Sylvester Stallone learning sign language.
Alright, so I just you go with the hands. It's Adrian, how do you do it? I'm brain dead. I can't figure this out. What?
Yes, absolutely. At least he's trying.
I tried. It was a good.
Points for trying.
It was an
That was
attempt.
good, man.
It was
No,
an
it was good.
attempt.
It was
I
good.
like that. All right, go.
Give you a
ahead.
spin?
Yeah,
All right.
Can't look.
Sesame Street.
Oh no, I hated Sesame Street as a kid.
Why?
Puppets, man. Who likes puppets? Let's be honest. If anyone says they like puppets, they're lying. Oh, I'm kidding. Puppets are great. Sesame Street.
What the hell?
Perfect. Liam Neeson doing Bad Negotiations. Now you listen to me. I paid my phone bill on time. I don't know who you are or what your name is. But when I find you, I'm switching to Verizon.
That was like Batman.
Yeah, that was more Batman. I can't really nail the Liam Neeson.
That's
I'm sorry.
Nobody can nail
You know,
Liam
I
Neeson
feel that we
except for Liam
learned a
Neeson.
lot.
He's got a real specific sound to
He's
him.
just Liam
Yeah,
Neeson.
he's got a very
You can't be Liam
rough
Neeson.
voice.
I don't know who you are.
See, you should have done it. This is why you are the guy.
You're
Maybe if
building
we
me
go,
up too much.
maybe if we
They're
go to
gonna come.
improv club,
The nice people are gonna come to a meeting and be like,
You
he's not
deserve
that
it.
good.
maybe if we go to the meetings, we can be as good as him.
I don't think we're gonna be allowed in the meetings after our great
I'm sure he'll
performance.
let us
we just
in,
did.
right?
Yeah, we're in the
They
club.
all can, but
That's wonderful. Okay. You know, I have one more
gonna be
special
awkward for
one.
the rest of the
if you
show.
can.
for me,
Yes.
okay.
Would you mind quickly doing? I guess I'll spin the wheel.
Perfect. Yeah.
Ready? Batman ordering a pizza.
I'm trying to think what kind of pizza the dude would eat. All right.
I want a large pepperoni. Wait.
Excuse me. A large pepperoni. Extra cheese, thank you.
Now everybody knows you're Bruce Wayne. You gave away your seat.
Oh my God!
You gotta get out of here. You're not getting that pizza anymore. My gosh. Well, I think that we've all become much better improvers in this very short time.
I think so too. You guys grew a lot.
I'm still 5'7", and Anthony, I think, is still the same size. Yeah, I don't think that's true. But thank you for building us up a little bit at least.
You know, man, you've been saying all these nice things about me. I figured I'd toss it back.
Oh, well,
right?
thank
Pay
you.
it
It
forward.
makes me feel better.
Thank you.
But not
My
great.
pleasure.
Let's give another round of applause for Evan Newland, wonderful improv master. And we'll be right back with these. Evan, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
It was a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
We'll be right back.
Hello, everybody. This is Last Week This Week. I'm Alyssa DeLeo.
And I'm Alex de Blasio.
Here at Last Week This Week, we bring you news.
But it's not recent news, it's old news. We can't afford the new stuff.
If you'd like to make a donation to our cause, please leave us unmarked bags of cash on the bench behind Bozarth Hall.
Every Thanksgiving, the small town of Yaleville, Arkansas, hosts its annual Turkey Trot Festival. The main event focuses on dropping numerous live turkeys from a low-flying plane, at which point they are chased down by the festival goers below. The FAA, or the Federal Aviation Administration, is looking for a reason to stop the act, but since birds aren't technically labeled as projectiles and there's no law prohibiting the Yaleville citizens to throw some out of a plane, there's nothing that can really stop them. Coincidentally, this is where Arkansas gets its state motto, Arkansas, if it's not illegal, then sure.
A 54-year-old man in Australia was tragically killed after falling into a wood chipper. He and 3 others had been helping a family friend clear trees from her yard when he placed a tree into the machine and was somehow pulled in. His friends tried to pull him out, but were unsuccessful in their efforts. The Sydney Morning Herald reported that the man died within a few seconds, because of course he did. It was a wood chipper. Wood chippers always win.
A morgue employee from Austin, Texas was arrested after being caught stealing limbs from dead bodies and using them to make a customized sex doll. 38-year-old Jesus Cesar Franco Gonzalez often bragged to his parents and in public about how beautiful his girlfriend was. Even though his bail has yet to be posted, one can assume it'll cost an arm and a leg.
Now we go live to disgruntled reporter Danny Minshaw for some Rowan University news.
Thanks, Alex and Alyssa. First off, I wanted to apologize for my actions last episode. I should not have acted in the manner that I did, especially since I don't even want to sit at the desk. In fact, I never wanted to sit there at all. But hey, let's take a look at some news. If you've ever wanted to see your wardrobe operate a vehicle, you're in luck. A clothing drive event is happening from now until December 15th. All types of clothes are given the chance to get behind the wheel. Everything from shirts to pants to... What do you mean that's not what that is? Donating old clothes? That's a terrible story. Skip that one. It's really funny that, people at the desk don't get such bad stories. Really don't want to be here right now. Anyways, on November 27th, Rowan hosted Dance Away Cystic Fibrosis in the Chamberlain Student Center. Unfortunately, the event was unsuccessful because you can't dance away a serious disease. Besides, everyone knows laughter is the best medicine. Do you think maybe I could read this one at the desk? I mean, it just feels like a desk story, No? Great, all right. Well, the Women's and Gender Studies program announced the Thelma Rebecca Dyer Caswell and Helen Crichton Cohen Award. To apply, students must submit a persuasive essay of about 500 words, which is fulfilled by simply typing the name of this award 3 times. Talk about a mouthful. Give me strength. I have one more story for you. It's not the story of a young man banned from a desk and forced to relive his misery on television for the entertainment of all you. No, that story has yet to be told. But this one is okay, I guess. Rowan invites you to celebrate a classical Christmas on December 2nd. A classical Christmas, I assume, entails recreating the first ever Christmas, meaning that you will be kicked out of your room and forced to give birth in the cold to a child who just might grow up to be crucified by some Romans. I understand what Virgin Mary felt because I, too, have been kicked out of a place of comfort and warmth. But things turned out all right for her, right? So I'll be okay. Merry Christmas, everyone. Back to you, desk stealer Alex.
Good grief, Danny. Anyway, in China, a 31-year-old man was rushed to the hospital where doctors found a foreign object lodged in the man's bladder. X-rays revealed that the object was a padlock, which the man inserted into his urethra and pushed further in for sexual pleasure. After determining it was safe to operate on the patient, doctors performed a surgery to remove the padlock using only a pair of bolt cutters. The man is currently recovering in psychiatric ward at the hospital, where he is being kept under lock and key.
Recently, North Korea has been experiencing some health problems as a result of advice given by their fearless leader, Kim Jong-un. Un urged farmers to use human excrement, which has been given the world's coolest nickname of night soil, as fertilizer for their crops. The result of the dangerous recommendation from the man who once claimed that he never used the bathroom at all was a parasitic worm epidemic plaguing the nation. Rest assured that the United States will never face a problem like this because we spread our crap through television, not through crops.
Gene Simmons, founder of the band Kiss, recently received a lifetime ban from Fox News after a series of strange events on the air. First, he helped deliver the weather report and didn't mention the 100% chance of rock and roll all night. Simmons later shouted, "Hey, chicks, sue me." before ripping open a shirt, making Michael Jackson pedophilia jokes, and hitting 2 employees on the head with a book. I know what you're thinking, and yes, it is shocking behavior from a man known for calling himself the Demon and painting his face white.
An Ohio lawmaker has resigned on the grounds of inappropriate conduct after finding himself in a bit of a sticky situation. Wes Goodman, a Republican legislator from Ohio known for touting his anti-LGBT views, was witnessing having sex with another man. Shocking. Goodman was caught in the act in the office, not the closet, of his building. News outlets found it necessary to stress that the other man was not an employee of Goodman, but the last thing we need right now is another instance of sexual harassment in the workplace.
This has certainly been the strangest episode of Last Week This Week, rife with stories of death, sex, and sometimes both.
But make sure you tune in next time when we try to top it.
Until then, I'm Alex de Blasio.
And I'm Melissa DeLeo. Be smart out there.
Special thanks to Evan Newland for coming in today. That's the end of our show and the end of our season. But don't worry though, we'll be back for the spring semester to bring you more of whatever it is that we do here. This is RTN Tonight, and from all of our cast and crew, I want to wish you happy holidays, and thanks for tuning in, and thanks for tuning out. See you next year.